What's up, everybody, and welcome back. And we're kind of doing with the announcement of the Switch 2, we're going to go through some of the Switch accessories that I've collected over the past couple of years and maybe see if any of these work for you. You might find something interesting, or this whole thing might just be completely useless, but it's going to be a multi part video series on these. So strap in, tune into the ones you like, skip the ones you don't, and let's get into it. So, obviously, we're going to start off not with the Joy-Cons, but we need some Joy-Cons. Everybody knows there's a Joy-Con holder that comes with the Switch itself. There's multiple versions of these, like third party, that they all pretty much do the same thing. Hold it in here, has little clear things, so that way the lights on the side light up through that. Joy-Con snap in to the top. That makes it a little bit easier to hold ish, I guess. I mean, it still feels really awkward. It's very square. I like the ones that are a bit more at an angle. It's 3D printable ones. There's tons of those floating around out there, official and well, actually, I don't know if official, but there's a ton of unofficial ones floating around out there. But that's just the one that comes with the Switch. Everybody knows it. We all use it. Thing we have is my favorite part about this is they stuck their company logo sticker over the top of the other company. What we have is just the controller grip for the Nintendo Switch. I got the one. It should both be in black. But all these are is if you're playing like two-player or single player, and it's the point of where you're holding a single Joy-Con. Bases are lined up to where it'll fit either left or right. They just sit in, top buttons, actuate little bumper pieces, and that's really it. Controller just sits in there and gives you a little bit bigger piece to hold on, because I will say my hands do cramp up if I'm playing a game like this. I mean, this controller is a little bit small, but also I think this is designed for children. The issue is Nintendo, the release of the Switch 2 looks like they're making a lot of this bigger, because they do realize a lot of their demographic is 30, 40, 50 years old. We still are. We still go back and play those games, and we still love them. Anyways, these are super cheap plastic. They're sold by a bunch of companies. I mean, they kind of serve one purpose, give you a little bit more meat to hold on to if you're having to play sideways with that. All we're going right now is Joy-Con accessories. The next ridiculous one I've seen is the flip grip. So what this does, and the funny thing is like I found like one or two games that actually like the screen sideways on. But essentially, I mean, I wasn't sure exactly what I was expecting, but I will say I think I was expecting a little bit more than this. But it works. Had I known what this was going to look like ahead of time, they didn't really have any pictures of what you were getting, just the entire assembly together. But the Joy-Cons just slide in, they lock into place. That your Switch will slide in from the top and has a little releasing lever on the bottom. So that way, if you have a vertical style game, those will go through and sit in there and work out. Again, that's just the flip grip. And like I said, wasn't 100% sure what I was expecting on that, but I was a little shocked when it showed up. But I mean, probably this is going back to, I mean, the Switch kind of turned into, I hate to say the Wii, but we all remember the Wii and the age of plastic of bowling balls and golf clubs and fishing reels and crossbows and the blaster adapters and everything else that came with that. The age of plastic. it's kind of what the Switch also turned into with accessories for the Joy Cons. That's just a couple of the ones that I have. The flip grip I really don't use too much. These ones I do use just because things like I tend to use the Pro controller a lot more, but games like Hey You Eevee and Hey You Pikachu, they have you use the Joy-Cons separate, and I tend to use these to actually hold the Joy-Con when I'm playing those, just because it gives me something a little bit bigger to grab onto. And I really hope on the Switch 2, if Nintendo releases something like this again, make these angled a little bit. Angle it. This straight up and down piece, I understand why you did it. Get everything nice in line and symmetrical, but it's really uncomfortable. At least in my hands, it is. And again, this is small. Switch 2 is supposed to have bigger Joy Cons, so that should work out. But anyways, that's just some of the different style of Joy-Con grips and accessories that I have laying around. Hope some of that might have been informative for you. But thanks for stopping in. Have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.